Good morning, my friends. I've got a new project and I am quite excited about this one, something again that I haven't done before. I mentioned it in my last video with this kit, Spring Collage by RachandBella Crafts, about doing a tall skinny journal, and I had someone come back to me and say yes, they would like to see me do one. And I was like, I'm just going to jump in and do it because I've never tried it. Unfortunately, I made a few mistakes in my printing. I'll go over that in a minute. But I wanted to show you first, this is the latest freebie from RachandBella Crafts, or I think it's the latest freebie. It might be a week ago now. It's available on their Ko-fi, so I will put the link down in the description box. So 2 pages, these gorgeous hearts, and a couple of pieces of ephemera. So freebies there. Just going to set them aside for now. And then the fussy cuts, there's 4 pages of fussy cuts, and I did mention in my last video that I wanted to print them at a smaller size, so I've gone ahead and done that. I've printed 2 pages, 2 to a page, so all 4 sets on 2 pages. So it just gives me a extra size to work with. You could go something in between and do like 1 to 3/4 of a page, you know, just change your percentage. But that's 2 to a page, so I wanted to show you that. These are my journal pages from the printable kit. I've also got a selection of other papers that I might add in. Now here's where I made the error. When I printed, I was manipulating the size, which is a really handy thing to do. But if you manipulate the size just by setting your printer to print at a certain percentage, you need to, and if you're double siding, you need to remember to set it to center the design, and I forgot. So one side's printed over this side, and then when I turn it over, it's printed to that same side. So I've got a white strip down this side and a white strip down this side. So I'm going to have a white strip down one side of my paper. I'm not going to reprint it. I just think I will find a workaround. There's ways and means. So it's just an extra challenge. You know, what's life without an extra challenge here and there? So I was going to cut them out and then realized, oh dear, I made a little oopsie. So I need to cut those, and for the cover, I've gone with scrapbook paper, and I'm going to put 2 pieces back to back and probably sew round them. There's this one, which I think will be on the inside, and that's just quite a light scrapbook paper. It's not anything super thick or abnormal. Could even be 80 GSM, not sure. This one is more heavier, and it's a better quality one, and it's really pretty. I was going like, is it up that way? Or it doesn't matter because it's actually going to go this way because we're doing a tall skinny. So this will be the outside, and then I'll put some sort of journal topper on it, I think. But I need to measure this to size. So that gave me a little headache trying to work out my dimensions, given that my pages did not print as I wanted them to. I did write down measurements, but now I'm wondering, are they actually correct? So I'm going to trim down this page. I'm not going to do them all on camera. I'm just going to do this one so I can kind of get in my brain what size I'm working with, because I really have given myself an extra challenge, but that's all right. If you end up with an extra challenge yourself, maybe I can help you find a way to work through it, or give you, yeah, I don't know, some advice on don't muck it up in the first place. But I was doing a lot of printing, and I thought, no, it's a waste of paper, waste of ink. If I reprint, I can work with this. Right, so top and bottom, easy peasy, because they worked out the same, I do believe. Yep, looks good. I should also mention the front of my pages are all from Spring Collage. So we've got sort of document style papers, and then the collage style papers. And for the backs, I've gone with a variety of different papers from different RachandBella Craft kits. I'm not going to tell you them all because I was just printing off, going through each kit and looking for what might partner with this spring collage kit, and got to a point where I should be writing this down because I'm just grabbing from so many different kits. The only one I'm absolutely certain on are these two, which are Williams walls, and I've printed those out in draft so that they're a paler. So normally they would be a lot darker, but I want them to be written on, so I printed those off light as I could. So that's a bit about the backs of the papers. They're from multiple different kits. Right, just move that paper out the way, and I'm going to trim. I'm going to use my craft knife and ruler. I think I'm going to end up with white on both sides, I do believe, but just double the challenge. Instead of having just a white strip on one side of the page, I think I'm going to actually end up with two. Never mind. How's your day going? I hope your day is going better than mine. I mean, it's not a bad day, don't get me wrong. It's a lovely day. It's the first time, I think, this year, definitely this year, but for probably a month at least, that I've actually been inside without a hoodie on. It's like, wow, I actually found myself getting warm. Our summer has been so cold and wet and just dismal, really. Okay, so we have a white strip. So I cut to the edge of the design on this side and the other side. So I've got a white strip here. I'll flip it over, and yes, we have a white strip here. We're just going to have to deal with it. Or I'm going to have to deal with it. So fold it in half. It would have been fine, or mostly fine, if I'd just printed it off as it was. I was just trying to be a bit tricky. Trying to be too smart for my own good. So we have a width of 4 inches by 10 and 5/8. 10 and 5/8. Okay, let's write that down. So 4 by 10 and 5/8. Now I like to have a little overhang in my journals, so I want to go ten and 7/8, so an extra 2/8. So I'll have an 1/8 of an inch top and bottom. Not a lot. Normally I would actually go more, but that's fine. We're in new territory here, my friends. New territory. And then on this side, I think I want a little bit extra. Do I want that much? No, I was going to go 4 1/4, but I'm going to go 4 1/8. So, oh, actually no, I am going 4 1/4. Just by the time the pages are stacked and push out a little bit, we're probably going to need that extra 1/8 of an inch, and then have an 1/8 of an inch over the pages. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, so now that we worked out what size our pages are going to be, I need to cut this down. Now we could actually go this way. It's 12 by 12. What was I thinking that I have to go this way? My brain, honestly, my brain is not working. Which way do I want it to go then? Do I want it sideways? Do I want it lengthways? I think there's something sort of wallpaperish like going vertical. So I think I'm going to stick with vertical. My instincts were actually okay. So my width 4 1/4 inches. I need to double that because it will be folded in half. So I need to go 8.5 inches. So there. Let's take that sheet out of the way so we don't end up having another accident. Whoops, let's get the ruler straight. How about we go there, then I can see. Okay, 8.5. I'm just going to line my ruler up between those two pencil. I'm going to have to switch my craft mat around. And you'll see all bits sticking out from my craft mat because I store things under it. Right, so I'm going to line up that pencil line, make sure everything's kind of straight. Back to the craft knife. I haven't used my craft knife like this for a long time, actually. Not for a lot of things, like I'll do the odd little bit here and there, but to do a lot of things like I'm doing today, I used to do this all the time. It used to be my main way of cutting something. But now that I've got my little guillotine, it's so handy. And my big guillotine for if I'm doing multiple jobs that require a bigger surface area. So I don't tend to use the big one on camera because it's big. So I do that. I have occasionally done it on camera, but mostly I do it off. Okay, so now we need 10 7/8. So let's turn the ruler around so I can read it. So 10 7/8 is there. I need to do it closer to the edge. There. Now, will that fit? I think it should. Yeah, it will fit in my wee guillotine, so that's good. I can line that up there. Got some nice scraps. Might be able to make some ephemera with those to go inside the journal. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. I agree, it is tall and skinny. Right, now this one, we have a little tear off strip here, so let's get that out the way first, if I can. Come on. Doesn't want to tear on me. I wouldn't have to tear this off because we're going to be cutting it down. But just in case I like measure from the wrong end or something and end up with another white strip that I've got to deal with, I'd rather tear it off, and then I know I can see because of the perforations that that's the raw edge, and I need to measure the other end. Does that make sense for you guys? I hope so. Right. So which direction? I think this definitely has an orientation. Yeah, it just doesn't look right that way. So we're going to go this way. So let's measure from the good edge. And just marking with pencil. And over here. Okay, I'm going to risk doing it this way, which is not advisable because it's a little bit more dangerous, shall we say, of slipping. Going this way, it's not a natural action, but we're going for it. There we go. And again for the cutter to do that. Now I'm just going to go inside the pencil line because the pencil line is outside the measurement of this. So if we bring it just on the other side of the pencil line, the inside, we should end up with the same, crossing fingers, size. Okay, the theory goes. Right, so we've got two pieces of paper that technically should line up beautifully, and they do seem to mostly. I am thinking though about putting some lace either just on this edge or at the top and bottom. I'm not sure, but I am going to go ahead and just like glue the middle, because I can always like slip the lace in. I'm not going to do the edges because I envisage that I will sew this together once, you know, put some glue in the middle, work out whether I'm going to add lace or not, and sew around it, and then put some corners and a journal topper and, you know, all the fun stuff, decorate it up. So we're not going to complete this in today's video, we're just kind of step by stepping it, because I really just had a very loose plan coming into this project, and then those few issues just to put the cat amongst the pigeons. Okay, I don't need to get too worried about gluing because it will be sewn. I just don't want it to move on me while I'm sewing. And if I do put lace, it's going to take care of any areas where the paper doesn't kind of line up properly. I can always trim down a little bit around the edges as well if need be. Okay, so that needs to be folded in half, but I am not going to fold it until I have added lace if I'm going to, and then sewn around it. Then I will fold it, and there's less chance of it moving, buckling, doing silly things, particularly while the glue's drying, while it's, you know, while it's wet. If I folded it now, I'd get all sorts of weird things happening. So we're just going to put that aside, and that's as far as we're going with that. Right, let's look at our other pages that we might want to put in. So I think I've got 9 of the pages here. I'll cut them off camera so you don't have to sit and watch me do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need around 6 more pages. So I've got some sheet music here. It is a double page. So if I were to fold them in, okay, oh, maybe a bit more. I think I will have that as a fold out or fold in, not sure, either way. It's old music paper, but it's not fragile, like it's still quite strong, so that's good. The height is perfect, like you couldn't get it more perfect in height, so I don't need to do anything on the height. Now I'm going to fold this in as well. Oops. Need to make sure I fold it in enough. I'm not sure what I'll do with it, whether I'll turn it into a tuck or a pocket or something. We'll go about there. I don't think I'll have both as flip outs, but you never know, I might change my mind. So that makes 10. This one I think we should be able to just fold in half, hopefully. It's a bit shorter, which is fine. Trying to line it up, giving me grief. Some days you just think you should not do a video. This is my second video, and I'm like, maybe I should have just not, but I've got limited time this week, and I thought I really need to get a second video recorded today to take the pressure off later in the week. Now that is a little bit wide. I could trim it. I think I'm going to leave it for now until I've got all the pages sorted. Okay, so we'll just add it to the stack. So that's 11, I think we're up to. Okay, I thought a paper bag might be fun. The height is a little tall. Do we want to use a paper bag? Have I got a different one? Having a faucet. Excuse me. No, that's not a paper bag. And that's a tall, skinny paper bag, so no, that one won't work either. Let's fold it and see what we think. Is the width okay for a start? It's a little wide, but again, we've allowed a little bit of extra room in the cover, so it might be okay. We could trim a little bit off the top, or even fold it down or something. Okay, I'm gonna leave it in for now. We'll work it out. Okay, now this is a beautiful old bit of paper from a farmer's diary, 1941. And I've taken it from the spring months here in New Zealand. So spring here in New Zealand's September, October, November. So this is October, because this is Spring Collage journal kit. So I thought we might as well use the spring months. So the width is fine. Do I want to take that jaggedy edge off? I kind of like the jaggedy edge, although there are places where it's a little wide. So I think we'll just take down to, because I did not fold it completely in half. It's in half to kind of the shallowest bit there. Right. Can I do this? The jury is out. Gee, I make things difficult, don't I, at times? Just trying to make sure it's straight. Let's go for it. Going to end up cutting most of that jiggity off. Whoops, I think I've torn a bit there. Oh, that was so awkward. Still got a little bit. Oh no, that bit has to come off as well. Okay, so this is too tall is the other thing. So if we fold it about there, I think will work. So fun though, that beautiful fountain pen writing. Okay, so this is going to be a pocket, so I'm going to just do a little slit up here to take out the bulk. It's not super thick paper, but I'm still going to just take that little snippet out. Now it is old paper, so, and that's interesting. It's actually broken where the fountain pen is, so the loop is like comes down off the paper. Interesting. Get a little bit more off that side. Okay, I want to reinforce this. It is old paper and it's not expensive paper. You know, it was just a diary that people usually use and then either sit on a shelf for the rest of the time or even throw away. So this is bond paper. so I'm just going to use that to reinforce because it's nice and strong. I don't need to go all the way across, so that will be fine. Let's glue that on. I am in unfamiliar territory here, my friends, so there could be a few times when I'm like, oh, what do I do with this? How am I going to fix this? Right, take that little extra bit off. Yeah, so I'm really just reinforcing the middle. Right, what am I doing? Gluing. I need to glue. I'm off camera. Just because I haven't got much room. Right, it's just going to give a little bit of extra confidence in the pocket there. And we'll use tacky glue to, oops, stick down. Tacky glue to shut the pockets. So just a little pocket at the bottom of the page. I might put more pockets further up, who knows. And this one has a little chink out of it, so I'm going to glue where that chinks out. So it will be a slightly narrower pocket, which is fine. Okay, just going to leave it open for the glue to dry, so it doesn't glue shut, because I think I would lose it if I glued together and I tried to peel it open because it's old paper. I think it would just end up messy. Right, so this should be fine, just folded in half. So a couple of sheets of coffee dyed paper here now. I've run out of my blue bubble dyed paper because that would have been lovely in this kit, but I didn't want to take the time to do any more at this stage, so we're just going to go with coffee dyed. Again, it's a little wide, but it's okay, and I think this time I'm going to trim. I'm going to make it slightly shorter, just a little bit shorter than this other page I'm working from. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So I've gone for two different coffee dyed patterns, one quite elaborate and one a lot plainer. Right, so if I stack those up together, I should be able to cut them both at the same time in the right place, hopefully. Right, go, make sure they're level, and a couple of good scraps of coffee dyed paper. I think now this should be, yep, that's dry. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6 and 9 of the journal pages, so that makes 15 pages, which is around about where I like to sit with pages, sometimes a couple more. So we'll intersperse those with the journal pages once I've got them all cut out. How are we going on time? We have heaps of time, so what I'm thinking is I might work on this paper bag because it's beautiful and brown on this side, but this side we have the branding, and this is a stationery shop, bookshop. Right, now I haven't got all my spare pages. I've got one spare page which I accidentally printed. The rest of them are, I don't know, somewhere else. I've put them away from my desk. I'm not sure where I put them. So do I want to just like cover this? Do I want to collage? I mean, the red is lovely. I love that red, but it doesn't go with the beautiful pastel blues that this kit has. Let's have a wee look through my scraps and see if there's anything here. Not looking hopeful, my friends. That would work. That's also RachandBella Crafts. That's off of one of mine. That's green. That's also RachandBella Crafts. Might work. That's purple. Don't want purple. Okay, that's about it, I think. That's about all we've got. That, and I think the green we could get away with because it's more pastel. This has got the blues and some creams and things. This is from the summer, I can't remember the name of it. It's the summer kit from 2023, I want to say. Yes, it must be 2023. How about, let's cut off that white. Actually, I can use the guillotine. Cut off the white. Something is, this piece of paper is not straight. Makes it a little challenging to try and cut it straight. Is it straight? Don't think it is. We could just like put that there. Do I want to turn that into pockets? Could do. Do I want to? That's another question. Do I want to? Or it's not quite big enough to cover that. I think I'm gonna, I don't know, friends. I'm having a moment. Did you notice? I think you probably did. Having a moment here. Oops, I've got some bits stuck on the back of that. I'm going to glue it on. I'm stuck in indecision land, so I'm just going to glue it on. If I want a pocket there later on, I can glue a pocket on top. It's not going to be the end of the world. If I just glue it down and then thought, oh, I should have made a pocket. I can always do a pocket. And again, I won't fold this bag up again until the glue's dry. I could take a chink out of it, but I don't want any of that text showing through, so I'm just going to glue straight over the top. It's funny when I'm out of my depth and doing something new. It's like, oh, double think everything. Oh, should I do it this way? Should I do that? What am I going to do? Oh, I've made a mistake. Oh no, how am I going to fix it? You're coming along on the journey with me. And journey is my word for 2025. Oops, that's not sticking there. So it's kind of appropriate, kind of fitting. Journey, I think, is partly about adventure and doing new things, going new places, and this is certainly a new place for me. Right, so that takes care of that text. Do I want to... Ooh! I think I know what I want to do here. Now, do I want that or do I want this? I think I'm going to go with that. Right. Got a plan. Suddenly, I've got a plan. And you all shout, at last. Yep, I know. Making a meal out of it. Right, now how tall do I need this? Need up here down to there should do. Cut off the white. My style of measuring, very fast and loose. I do it that way if I can. Sometimes there's no other way though. You've got to get out the ruler and the pencil and, you know, mark it off. But if I don't have to, I won't. Not that I'm against measuring. I just find doing the eyeball thing so much quicker. Okay, so that's going to go there. Now, how am I going to do this without it being a pain? Okay, this is presentation paper, so it's not super thin. I think I'm still going to reinforce the edges. And to do so, I'm just going to use plain photocopy paper. And I'm just going to be a pocket, a side loading pocket on each side. Because I thought that sounded fun. Right. So a bit of a disconnect between the two. I'll yet to work that one out. We'll figure out something to make it look not quite so mismatched. We'll find a way. Just another one of those challenges I'm giving myself. Okay, right, we need another longer strip. Really need a larger glue page. Right, cooking with gas. That's what I feel like. I've suddenly been lit on fire and things are starting to flow a little bit better. I've been communicating with some friends via Messenger today, and I've set up a coffee date with a friend for not the end of this week but the end of next, so that's fun. So I've got something on this Friday, I've got something on the following Friday, and then the Friday after that hubby's off work and we're having a long weekend because the Thursday is a public holiday here in New Zealand, and he's taking the Friday off, so we get a 4-day weekend, so that's fun. Right, I think I want to put little notch in there so that I remember that they're pockets. Doesn't matter if they're not even side to side because you won't see them both together. I don't anticipate this will be in the center. Oh, I do have to think about what's going to go in the center. Yes, I do. I hadn't thought about it till that I said that. Right. Do I want to distress around it? I think I want to do these edges. So let's do that. I think I'll just use vintage photo for this, this journal. There we go. And I think I'm just going to glue it on and hope for the best that when I fold it, it's not going to be weird and bunchy. Do I want to glue it in the center? I think I might. I don't know whether it's a good idea. It might be a really bad idea, but we're going to do it. We are going to do it. Right, so I'm just putting a line of glue right down the fold line on the paper bag, and then I'm going to glue the top and bottom on each side. In my way of thinking, it should help it not bunch up as much, but who knows? It may make it worse. Right, and this side, this does not want to stick down for some reason. Don't know why. Whoops, I'm getting glue all over the place. Come on, stick down to the paper bag. You can do it. I know you can. I believe in you. Oops, I've got a bit of cat fur in there. Let's take that out so it's not stuck in the pocket for eternity. That cat fur, it gets everywhere. Who can relate? Whether it's cat fur or dog fur. Oh, that's crooked as a dog's hind leg, my friends. I glued that on really crooked. I think it won't be as obvious because you only see like half of it. Yeah, I don't think it will be as obvious as it is at the moment. Just wondering what to fix up this kind of area here. Could go washi tape, like make like a border almost. I've got this like blue check that might work. It does have a red line along it. No, we're not going to use that. It's going to drive me batty. It's really cheap, and I actually got it free because of that red line. I don't think I've got any other washi tape. Actually I do, but it's on the floor where I can't reach it. I keep forgetting to rescue it from where it fell. So I don't think I've got any other washi tape to hand that would actually work for this. Just having a wee squiz. What about this? This wee set my hubby gave me. This, isn't it the cutest little washi tape dispenser? It is so cute. I don't want to change the washi tape that's on the dispenser. So with that, it's quite narrow, but I think that could be quite pretty, just for, and it's going to help disguise the bottom of the pocket that's not straight. Right, this is really sticky tape too. It's really, really sticky. So I shouldn't need to glue it, but if it does start lifting, I will just come in with my little nozzle and take care of it. And now I can see that this is out. I'm not going to worry. Honestly, it's a junk journal. If it's a little bit crooked, just means it's handmade. Right. So leave that to dry. I'm going to fold that in half. This side will perfect as is. Don't need to do anything there. And then we'll have two tall pockets at the top. Once it's folded, there'll be one each side, and then we'll have a side pocket here. So, bit of fun, and then writing space as well. Now, this needs more decorating. Oh, I forgot about my scraps of scrapbook paper. I could have used that, but too late now. Just looking at what I want to decorate that with. I think for this, the larger fussy cuts are actually what I need, not the small ones, which is good because I haven't cut the small ones out. Could do a girl on each side. Want here or here. I like that she's looking that way and she's looking that way. It kind of makes sense that they're looking out, not into the middle. Just looking at what else we've got here. No, I think I like those two. They're tags and pockets and bits and pieces like that. What do I want to put behind them? We're going, yeah, we're going okay on time. We want them floating. I kind of don't really want them floating. We could sit them down on top of the washi tape. I do have butterflies. Where have I put them? They are not from RachandBella Crafts. They are from, I think it's called Fussy Cut World on Etsy. Too big. But I've been cutting them out. I bought them months and months ago and then forgot about them. And I hadn't even downloaded them. So I've been cutting them out. And I've only done 1 and a bit pages. And there's multiple pages in the kit. No, too big. There are multiple sizes of butterflies in the kit. So I'm kind of trying to see if there's a blue colour. There might be on pages that I haven't cut out yet. These are more green and pink. This one's a little bit more blue. Kind of. It's pink and green. What about this wee one? It's got blue, dark blue on the edges. I like that, just a little butterfly up the top. Okay, we're getting there. What else would I like on here? I was kind of thinking book page, but we do have text. Let's try it. We don't know until we try. Or music maybe. Don't want that cuttage. I like that. And then this one's going to be a bit narrower. Again, the cut edge. Maybe that side. Oh, there's a fly inside. Gosh, wouldn't you know it, the first really warm day and the flies are out. I don't even know how it got in. It's like there's no windows open. Do I like the butterfly? Yeah, I think I like the butterfly over there. Right, okay, I'm going to start gluing bits on. So I'm going to start with the music. I'm still thinking about a label or something. I'm just making sure I'm within the page, not going over the center line. Now, do I want to ink around her? No, I'm not. Decision made. Normally I would. I don't know why, but I just feel like she doesn't need to be inked around. Oops. My page is getting too sticky. Right, okay, now this little lass is going to go over here. So I'm bringing the music paper down onto the washi tape a little bit just to connect. Actually, this one do I want to take up a bit, not bring it on the washi tape. Yep, I think I want this one up. Good to have a variation. Still need to work out the top, whether I need to shorten it or not, or whether I am going to shorten it. Whoops, that's right, we were going to go up with this one, not down. Off that glue there. Right, change our page. Do I want to put a label or something on? What do you reckon, my friends? Don't want to glue the butterflies on until I've decided. Now I do want to ink the antennae because they've got white around them. So let's just dull down that bright white a little. Yeah, that's much better. Can you see the difference between this one inked and this one not? That white stands out so much, it disappears on that one. Sometimes I just cut the antennae off and not worry about it, but for this kit I'm cutting them all around the antennae, just leaving a white border. Right, label or not to label? That is the question. Don't think there were any in there. I'm not sure that I've got anything in the right colour is the problem. That's the wrong theme. It's very mechanical. It's a bit of sheet music. Don't want red. Oh, there's a little blue if I can get it. No, it's too bright. Too bright. Okay, I do have some RachandBella ones here that I made from RachandBella Craft Digital. That would be quite nice. I think that would work. Yep, love that. Now we just got to find another one. Yellow, no. What about this one? This one's got more blue on it. Or this one. It's perhaps a little bit dark. Go with something a little lighter. Yep, that's the one. Cool. Awesome sauce. Oops, they're all trying to escape out the tin now. Like, no, don't shut us away. Okay, right, let's glue on our wee labels and butterflies. And then I think we're going to call it a video. Okay, do I want a glue stick? Let's try a glue stick. Hopefully I don't gouge. Do it carefully enough. There's no guarantees that it won't gouge, even if I do it carefully. Do I want it up in the corner? Do I want it? I think I might add this one over here. Yeah, this one I think I'll still put up in that because she's kind of almost facing that way. I mean, she's facing that way, but it just seemed to work putting that one there. But this one's going to go here. If it comes off my thumb. Happy with that. I think that turned out really nice. Do you think the glue's dry enough to fold it in half? I don't really want to do it on camera in case it goes completely pear-shaped. But hey, nothing but up front here. So let's do it. And if it goes pear-shaped, well, it's just another learning lesson, isn't it? Learning lesson with my friends. I'm really nervous. Go away, fly. I do not want you around me. Gross. Oh, look, absolutely beautiful. No buckling at all in that crease. So I think putting that glue down actually worked really, really well. So we've got 2 little pockets there, and then our big, narrow, tall ones. Going to be interesting putting something in there, isn't it? Might have to do a masterboard, because a regular bit of... it might work. No, it might work if I use it. I'll just have to trim it down a bit, otherwise it's going to be too tight to get in there. So let's test the height. If I leave this as is, that would work perfectly height-wise. But since I haven't decided what I'm doing with that top yet, I'll decide once I've got the cover done, and then I'll know whether it's going to look silly poking out the top or whether it's actually fully contained within the cover. So decision for the next step, really. So there we go. That is where I've got to so far with this tall skinny journal that we are embarking upon. So we've got 1 page folded with white strips that I've got to then work out something to do with. We've got the cover ready to do the next stage on that, and then we've got our paper bag page decorated and ready to go, and we've got our other pages, sorted pages, folded, oops, it goes that way, and ready to go as well. Good progress, I think. I think it did pretty well. Thanks for joining me, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the tall skinny journal comes about, because I'm breaking new ground. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, my friends. Bye.